Let's see if this is gonna work here. I am going to actually come out of here. Let's see what it does. I got like Miami scenes going on my TV right now. It's crazy. But I love like I've gotten into this like sounds of Miami thing. Not sounds of Miami, like views of Miami thing, where I'm like literally looking at let me see if I can find it. Uh but yeah, like literally I've been looking at that. It's like almost like a background type thing now. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to see if I can actually pull it up on the screen right quick on the big screen because it's interesting that I can't actually see my own lives and stuff on the big screen. I wish I could. That would actually be pretty fire because that way I don't have to sit there and try to read everything because that's always the issue trying to read all the stuff on the chat, you know. So I'm seeing if it's something I could do. Because if it's something I could do, I'm gonna start pulling it up on here. The other way I could do it, I guess, technically, is I could um, do it on the phone and see everything too. Oh, there goes that live, so I can actually see it up here. Heck yeah! Dang, I hope I ain't got no. It looked like I got something. It almost did look like I had something in my nose. Let me back the hell up away from the TV right quick. All right, so I can take my headphones off though. All right, let me see if it'll let me see the chat up here. Y'all are in my experiment mode right now, so I'll be able to kind of look and see what's going on the chat and everything too while it's going. So if y'all are in here, say something. I see Sense, man. Yo, what's good with you, man? What is good with you? I'm trying to see if I can get the chat up on the screen here. Let me see if it'll actually do it. Cause that way I won't be doing like this the whole stream. I mean, it's a test stream anyway. It ain't nothing serious, you know. Let me see if I can get the live chat feature. It could be working and I just don't see it because there wasn't only but one chat on there. That could be what it is. I'm not even gonna lie. So that could definitely be what it is. Um, but yeah, man, I'm gonna do this and then I'm gonna see if I get the fiddle. Okay, there you go. Got it. Uh-huh. All right, Joel, what's going on, man? Sit of the day, Jewel and Mod Aqua Sextius. What is that? That's that. That sounds gangster. Sit of the day, Jewel and Mod Aqua Sextius. That sound gangster. That ain't it free. That sounds gangster though. It's cool because I can actually look at the screen now and see chat. Now it's gonna be a little bit of a delay coming in, but I can kind of see everything, man. What's going on with everybody, man? This has been a day, man. It has definitely been a day, but it's cool, man. I get to sit at the house and chill. You know what I'm saying? Well, I get to come in here and chill, but I was out on the road all day, so I had a chance to get me a little bit of an adult beverage. Which, whenever I do videos, I was shot my review for Vuzingi. just a little while ago, man, at Paris Corner. And this was actually my sin of the day today was the Vuzingi. Just wanted to get myself a little bit of invigoration going on, man, because this thing is an invigorating fragrance. It is really good when it comes to that. Everybody hear me okay? If y'all hear me okay, man, give me a good thumbs up here, you know. He said, brother, I'm happy to see you. No zone. What's going on, man? All the way from Holland. Man, what's going on, Joe? Yeah, you got the thumbs up? Okay, good deal. The sensei. By the way, man, Joe, um, I was online and I was looking at that Bar Imperial, and I was like, yeah, Joe's been talking about this, and I'm ready to have to go ahead and pull this one in. So, yeah, I'm gonna be probably getting that in this week sometime here, man. I'll go ahead and pull the trigger on it. Because what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to get my fragrance collection together for the spring, and it's like I got some good ones coming, man. Vuzingi is really good. I actually like it a lot. I got this thing will open. This is the new one, the Vulcan Few, right here. The Paris Corner. No, that's Paris Corner. French Avenue one here. Everybody's got to put a snake on their bottle here. Everybody wants snakes on their bottle. It's crazy. You see, when I bring my snakes out, everybody gonna be like, "Oh my god," you know. I have two. What to say? You here for some new unknown fragrances? Well, this one's actually been talked about a little bit, but this is that God of Fire interpretation, man. I haven't had I actually did have one chance to wear it. I do want to wear it again. I can tell you that from what I have experienced with it so far, this is probably the best interpretation of that DNA that I have encountered, man. One of the things that I liked about Mango-licious Hippie Storm, which is that Sphinx fragrance, is that it did have kind of kept a little bit of the darker aspects of the oud and mango combination. This one does that. This one gets really, really close to the Stephanie Amber Lucas, the God of Fire, and dare I say it kind of embraces a little bit of the dark aspects of that. There's a fragrance called it's from Memoirs of a Perfume Collector, Trouble in Paradise. I love the balance of the mango and the darker facets in that one more than even that I like God of Fire. I feel like this kind of goes in that direction, although this one's a little bit more linear. The Trouble in Paradise tends to kind of get more into its deep bag as it goes along, man. Yeah, the bottle is dope. Mo, you said put the snakes away. Man, so I have not you say put that snake away now. I was Trouble in Paradise, my best pickup last year. Top nine, man. So it's coming into my collection. I have been sitting there like, just contemplating whether or not I was going to get that one. And it was kind of one of those things where, I saw that DNA. I saw, of course, God of Fire, and then Mango-licious Hippie Storm. And Mango-licious Hippie Storm, it's definitely got the wood aspect of it, but it's more woody than oody, if that makes sense. Trouble in Paradise had more of a darker edge to it. But like I said, it starts to get more in this dark bag as it kind of goes through its progression a little bit. And you start picking up the slighter bits of mango towards the end. But I like that about it. So that's probably going to be, if I had to pick one of the DNAs that have that, the interpretations of that mango / oody type DNA, it'll probably be Trouble in Paradise. But this actually is really good. I like the fact that it doesn't. So one of the things I didn't like as much about the Ophidian the mango bliss, it didn't feel like it got into this dark bag enough. It was more bright. It tended to kind of almost, I wouldn't say aldehydic and fizzy, but it did have, it leaned more into the fruitiness of it than the actual like darker nature of it. So I wasn't as big a fan of it. This one I think is more along the lines of what God of Fire was trying to do. So this is one of the reasons I like it a lot. Let's see. I missed the whole string of stuff up there, man. Let's see. He says, yeah, it was a great pickup, man. What's going on, OG? You hear about that cool water elixir. What time is it? What's going on, man? Oh, so yeah, I did hear about it. The cool elixir. They left the water completely out of it, man. Mo, you said, agreed. Those bright, sweet mango, and then more dries, you get some booze, leather, and ooh, but it all blends perfectly together. Tropical night out. Yeah, but that's what I like about it, Mo. Like the fact that Trouble in Paradise, and I got a decant of it. For the more expensive fragrances that I go with, I usually get a 5 ml of it, so I can have a real wearing experience. I don't like to do just the 2 ml on those, or the vial. I like to actually get a 5 ml so I can wear it more than once and kind of get acclimated and see how it really wears. And one of the things I loved about that fragrance, man, is the fact that it wasn't as linear. I feel like God of Fire is still, for the most part, I don't want to call it completely linear, but the better aspects of that fragrance are the linear aspects of it. That first maybe hour and a half to 2 hours are the best part of that fragrance for me. And I feel like this is going to probably be this, but I think this one's going to stick around with those top notes and things like that a little bit more. So, but yeah, Trouble in Paradise is definitely going to be a pickup. Cool Elixir. You were talking about that right quick, man. Say, yep. All right, I'll just check the chat, make sure it lined up. But what time does it travel? So Cool Elixir, back in the day, this is going to be a real weird thing though. But back in the day when everybody was kind of on the cool water bag, you remember when I'm about to age myself, man. When Snoop Dogg was talking about the Johnson's baby powder and cool water cologne. Yeah, that mess. Back in the day, I was sipping on watermelon Jolly Ranchers and Nautica. That was my whole thing. So I used to keep my watermelon Jolly Ranchers in the pocket, man. And I used to have this like little Nautica fragrance that I had, man, that I got from my uncle. And girl, you couldn't tell me nothing back in the day during that time. But Cool Water was always one of those fragrances that people talked about as being like the hood classic. Would you say by the time I'm 58, LOL, I remember? Yeah, then you know exactly how it was going down back then, man. But Cool Water was one of those fragrances that was not just a popular fragrance as far as like from the designer realm, but in culture. Like it was actually one of those fragrances that people were kind of embracing a good little bit. The cool. You had these kids that were 18, 19 wearing Cool Water, and if you think about the way Cool Water smelled back then compared to what it is now, you're like, oh, that was the move back then. Oh, okay. It just kind of shows you that fragrance does progress. But the elixir is a very interesting thing. I'm interested in smelling it and seeing what it's about, man. Hey, it's a classic DNA, man. Go for it. Keep it on. Keep it going, man. Um, there was another fragrance I got in this week, and I'm going to be doing some testing on it this week. Oh, by the way, I think on one of the lives I was talking about, I put up the picture saying, ha ha ha, I got it. This, of course, is the Terre d'Hermes Eau de Parfum Intense. And this stuff is so good. This is so good, man. On the live, I mentioned something that people were talking about. Let me see what the comments say first. I'll get into it. You say, what time of travels? Please do a review on it. On which one? The cool water. Yeah, the cool elixir. I'm working on possibly getting that, and if I get it, it's probably, and I may actually do it as a decant dive, because I do want to kind of smell it and see what it's about. Mo, you said cool water is a classic masculine scent. GI. Oh yeah, Green Ice 3 definitely. I layer Banana Republic grasslands with JV Artisan Blue for a similar profile but more modern. John Varvatos, I liked a lot of their stuff, man. I like a lot of their stuff. That's a layer with grasslands. That's actually pretty cool. But this one, this Terre de Mars is definitely getting reviewed in the next week. And then I got in this weird bird, right? So I have been a fan of the Royal Blend family, man. And I got in this weird bird here, man. This is the Royal Blend. Let's see if it'll line up. The Royal Blend bourbon, right? This stuff's interesting. So I've had it for about a week or so now, and I haven't had a chance to like get a real full wearing on it because I was testing something else, right? But of course, this is the bottle. This is the bottle here, Royal Blend Bourbon. This is an original. Some people were saying it might be Paradise, but it's not that. Let me get to the chat right quick, and I'm gonna talk about that in a little bit. All right, let's see. Gator, I got a question. How do you gave away 1 million elixir? That's top. How did you give away? That's top 5 best designer fragrances, in my opinion. Is like definitely try to Terre de Mars EDP and test. Mo, you gotta try it, man. I did the live decant dive on it, and like I literally got a bottle literally that day. So I just was like, no, I gotta get it. To answer your question though, so there are certain DNAs that I have a tendency to be like, okay, well, I don't know if I want to keep that in the collection. That's actually a really good DNA. But my thought process on it was, I'm just gonna give it away to my brother because I'm gonna probably get another bottle anyway, because I was halfway, like halfway through with it. Well, actually, I don't think it was halfway. I think I was like 70% through with it. So I was like, you just go ahead and give it up and see what's going on with it. And because I'll probably get another one. That's like Lamal Elixir. That's one that I had a bottle of it and it was like, okay, I'm gonna get another one, trust me. Because that DNA is just that good. And then I found a couple of inspirations that are really good too. That being said, even though Lionheart is a great inspiration of it, it's not the same. Lionheart's more for spring and stuff, and so it's a great interpretation of it. But Lamal Elixir is Lamal Elixir, man. So it's gonna be one that I get. 1 million gold elixir is probably gonna be another one that I end up getting again. So it's not gonna be long for not being up here. Trust me, it's gonna come back. Let's see. Yep, say these designers need to up their presentation game. These Middle Eastern brands putting them to shame. You say, Joe, what's up? Yeah, they are. They are, man. Oh, gee, did you add another self? I'm in the Philippines right now. My woman be hating if I did that. Looks cool. No. The new shelf, I actually I pulled them yesterday, and I got to finish putting the railing. I ended up having to get some more anchors for the wall because the way this is set up, there's like an anchor bolt that's in the inside of it. And I thought I had enough to complete it, but then when I did the count, I didn't. So and you said no zone. You said 1 million elixir was your favorite 1 million. I remember that. Yeah, it was. It was. And one of those things where it's like, I'm gonna get another bottle. So, and it's weird because I end up testing so much that I don't even get to wear a lot of the ones that I really, really am like, oh, I love them. Um, and that was one of them where it's like, okay, you know, me being me, oh, here you go, bro, man, take that, because I'm figuring I'm gonna get a whole nother bottle, like right away, and it just didn't happen. It's still on the list. It's still gonna get got. It's still gonna get brought in. But what'll happen a lot of times is I'll go through testing and all that kind of stuff, and then I'll be like, there's fragrances that I absolutely love. Like most of the stuff up here, I adore. But there's certain things up here that are just next level for me that I love to the end, right? So like this one, for him, Blue Noir, the Parfum, Blue Noir Parfum. Oh my god, oh, this is a love for me, and I don't get to wear it as much as I want to. This is another one that is it's a love for me. The Polo Deep Blue Parfum, man, summertime, amazing. Um, you say Mo knows on. I really like the elixir on paper, but my skin, the rose in it came off weird to me. The new 1 million looks promising. It is from what I see. I think that is gonna be. I think it's gonna be good. Let's see. No Zone say I hear there was an inspiration called Al Rai and Uno Elixir. Uno Elixir I heard about, but I heard Uno Elixir wasn't that good. Um, I heard it wasn't that good. Now that being said, I hadn't put my nose on it. SB, what's going on? Sit bubble in the building. Mo, you say Narcissus Blue Revive Parfum in my top 10 designers. Yeah, definitely. And you say Mo, which one? Oh, you talking Mo on that one? Do you mean gold? That was not so good. All right, you say, do you have the Vu Elegante smells like JPG elixir? I do not have Vo Elegante, but I am bringing in Vo Elegante. Um, I can only do so many at once. It's a welcome sip bubble. Yep, the Montclair Sunrise for men that Fatboy Finesse talked about lately seems interesting. So Montclair Sunrise is one that I remember Jensense had talked about a while back, man, and it was on the radar for a while, and I never pulled the trigger on it, and then it just started going in and out of stock. Like I could never find it. It would come into stock, and I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna put it in the haul, and then I'd put it in the haul, and by the time was pulling the trigger on the haul, it would be out. It would be out, and I'd just be like, man. So I've been kind of chasing that waterfall for a while. I'm probably still. I think was looking somewhere, and I saw it was in stock earlier in the week, but the premium on it was high. I think I was looking on. I forgot where I found it for like 48. And I was like, that's cool. But then I found it, but it all of a sudden went out of stock. Now I'm seeing it somewhere, not Perfume Box. It's another one that I get it from sometimes. It was like 90. And I was like, I wanted to come down a little bit. I don't want to pull the trigger on it at that high a price point, but maybe. No Zone, the new one, 1 million gold elixir recently came out this month. Oh, you're talking about it's not the 1 million. Is it million gold elixir or is it 1 million gold? I think it's million gold because they're doing something weird with that. Because they got the million gold, the 1 million, and then they got the it just says it's got the zero on it, but they do it as million. It's weird. But I think that might be the one you're talking about because I think Ross had it. He was talking about it, if I'm not mistaken. Um, but yeah, man, it's one of those things where you get enough in to where it's like, you're trying to get a full wearing experience on a lot of them, and you don't get to all of them that you want to. But like the Narcissus Blue Noir, like you said, no top 10. I adore wearing. Of course, I adore wearing Extreme. I got Ombre coming. This is the what you call? Look at that fingerprints on this thing, man. Now I feel like I gotta rub that thing down. There we go. That looks a little bit better. A little shine on it before we put it on camera. But the Givenchy Extreme, Society Extreme. Oh my God, it's so good, man. It's one of those that I want to wear more. My guy Nate, man, over at Paragon, he did a video last week, and we were talking back and forth about doing the tag on it, but it was basically like fragrances that I wish I would have had a chance to wear for the you say Mo Million Gold Elixir, correct? Yeah. Yeah, all the renaming BS. Yeah, it's Million Gold. And it's weird because it's man, it's weird because why the naming convention? Because the bottles all look the same. Well, with different accents and everything, but it's still the same. What's the difference between 1 million gold and million gold? What? You know? But yeah, man. So but Nate was doing that video and we were talking about doing some content, and he was like telling me, like, just go ahead and do a tag on that one. So I may do that. I did shoot a video for it already, but I think I'm going to re-record that video because the sound on the video was awful because I ended up having to do a reset. And you know what will happen sometimes if you're recording and you don't realize that you've got something wrong. I'm looking at my levels. The levels look okay, but what was happening was that the wrong mic was picking up. So it was just weird. So when it came out, it was like I could have fixed it, but it would have been distorted in some parts. And half of the video looked like my eyes was closed because it was late at night. So I was like, you know what? Just dump it. I'll redo it. you know. Mo, time, no problem. I got you. Those are my favorite fresh designer, Chanel, Allure Homme Sport, O Extreme. There is no inspiration of it. That's sad. I want to say that who has the Allure Homme Sport inspiration of the Extreme? There's somebody that has it, and I can't think of who it is. It said Mo, no zone. Yeah, I agree. That one was underwhelming. Most recent ones I have Golden Oud and Royal are both solid. Yeah, Golden Oud is actually good too. You say, what times do your wife have a problem with your hobby? No, no, not more. Now, I will say that it was a point where she was really one of the ones that really kind of pushed me into really doing the reviews because she was like, "Hey, you got enough bottles coming in that yeah, you better start reviewing them or you ain't gonna bring nothing else in this house." So I was like, I got you. So love my wife, thank her for giving me the push to do it, man. But she doesn't really have that much of a problem with it. I try to get her into it with me as much as I possibly can. I actually will buy her things from time to time that I see, and I'm like, oh, okay, let's to see what she likes about them. But yeah, she supports me in it, which is good. BT, what's going on, bro? What's happening? You say you got that 1 million go, man. Yeah, man. It's getting there. It's getting there, man. I'm at the 1,000 go. Sorry, the 1G, man. Yeah, I appreciate that too, man. It's I like it. I like being up there. You say what times the travels? Maison Alhambra, Alpine Sport. Yes, okay, Alpine Sport. But I think Alpine Sport has like an extreme now that is mimicking or inspired by the Chanel Allure Homme Sport Extreme, I believe. Um, yeah, those are like her favorites elixir. Yeah, BT, yeah, you got to give BT some love, man. BT has sit up my guys, man. Mo, Joel, Sensei, all you guys, man. No zone in the building. He said, man, my wife loves only like 5, 6 out of everything I have. I try my best, man, to like introduce her to stuff that I have. I let her, smell some of the things that I have, and there's some that she's like, okay, that's all right, and then there are some where she's like, oh, that I love that. Like of course the classics, the Ozaro Most Wanted, she loves that. The Givenchy, she loves that. Um, the Fierte, she loves that. She's a big fan of the pizza as well, which I'm gonna be getting a good bit of wear on this summer. That Latafa pizza, the ugliest bottle in the game. That guy. Yeah. But the fragrance itself is fire. It's like lightweight Bulgari Tiger. It's not quite as deep as Harathi Blue. It's got a lighter presence to it. But it's got that zing in there, man. It's got a nice uplifting kind of vibe to it. The citrus in there kind of pops in here as well. It's good, man. It is really good. I might actually wear this tomorrow. I was gonna do some testing on that, what you call it, but I think it's gonna be a little warm tomorrow. I might actually wear that. But but my wife, there's some up here that she just absolutely loves. That arm off, that checkmate king. She loves that. The low cobalt. She actually loves that too, man. Um, so yeah, yeah. So when the ones that she really is into, oh, Boston Scent Magnetic, the ones that she's really into is cool. There's certain ones that, of course, I think I mentioned this before, that I can't wear outside because she's like, you get too much attention when those Aiden Bob Egypt, I'm forbidden to wear outside. Let's see. I got a lot going on in the comments. Say, I'm loving Aqua Dubai and Game of Spades win. Hey, Game of Spades win is good, bro. It's good. People. So win is actually, I need to get win to kind of circumvent this one. But I was gonna go through this one first. This is the same DNA. This is that Greenwich Village DNA. Here, this is Avenue London from Grandier. Very similar to Win. This one to me, Win has a better quality as far as like the fragrance oils that it has. This one is really good, but this one turns almost sugary sweet instead of that kind of like mellow sweetness, that floral sweetness that comes about in Win, which is why I think that I'm gonna end up going Win. Like I said, when that bottle is out, when that bottle is out. I was saying Win too many times. Let's see what we got here. Sid Bubble said, I got some insane discovery sets coming in day 3. Penhaligon, Imaginary Authors, Javoy, Ormond Jane. All of them are fire. All of them are fire, man. The day 3, I got a decant dive coming up with Trey Oros and Aylin. Trey Oros, Aylin, and another one. I think it's not, if it's not the decant dive this week, I think it's the one next week is going to be those. This week is going to be Seek Tear from Mancera and Juice Box, the Feeling Chill. And I think, yeah, just those two. And then the next week is going to be the Trey Oros ones on those decant dives. I'm excited about the Mancera, the Sink Tear, because the vibe that it's giving me, I haven't smelled it yet, but just from the note breakdown, the vibe that is giving me is a niche quality, better version of one of my favorite signatures back in the 2-3 years ago, which is the Lacoste Blanc EDP. This is good. L1212 Blanc EDP actually is what it's called. That's really good. That pine, that coniferous vibe to it, man. Fresh, little lime at the top, man, to give it a little, invigoration. Let's see. Penhaligons are always good too. Blazing Mr. Sam and Lothar. Lothar, I'm actually getting Lothar. I should have that in soon. Oman Jane, that Verbena. Is it Verbena or is it the other? It's the blue one. That I actually do have a decant dive coming up on that one. But I think that's gonna end up being a full bottle on that one, man. But those are exciting, man. I'm looking forward to seeing those sets, those reviews, man. Say those on UT Gay is one of the best reviews, man. Since I watch his videos, I got more knowledge and he doesn't make it complicated. I try to simplify it as much as I can because I don't be knowing nothing to do. Most of the time, I have no clue. But I'm learning. This is why they call it the novice nose, because I'm learning a lot of these things on the spot. And even though I may have a multitude of those different fragrances, I am always open to learn some new stuff. You know. All right, let's see. So you can have a section of fragrances that you can wear with her, and another section when you're not. Yes. Wulong Cha. I think I told Sip Bubble this story, man. Wulong Cha is one of those fragrances that my wife hates, like with a passion. She cannot stand Wulong Cha. Like if I'm in this room and I spray that fragrance and I open the door and it wafts into the hallway, she literally starts having like like almost convulsions. I'm like, you know what? Nah, we're not doing this. No, I just go Mancera Melody of the Sun. It's a softer version of that DNA. But that's one. She does not like me wearing that. Boucheron is another one. The Boucheron Singular. As much as I love this is grown up blue, simplified to the simplest of issues, grown up blue, but she is not a fan of it. Man, Fragrance Dude is in the building. What's going on with you, Randy? Man, it's good seeing you, bro. Definitely good seeing you. Man, I love that. Let's see. I'm going through the what you call this here. BT, that was good. Smelling fragrance, sip up a solid exploring. I'm jumping into day 3 soon. Trace Oros. Yeah, Trace Oros. I'm excited about that one. You say, dude, I got about 30 Veers aired, queued up, about 100 cents left to go through. Man, I know Sip Bubble, I know you already got. I know you already got those like lined up. Let me see here. You say, did you try Sink Tear? I'm wanting the fresh pine frag. So yeah, I haven't tried it yet. It's in the drawer. It's ready. It's ready for the decant dive. It's definitely there. It's ready for the decant dive. I just haven't worn it yet. I try to not do it until I actually, so people can get like my genuine reaction to when I spray it. But the pininess, I hope it's really piney. I hope it's coniferous. I hope that it's going to be something that's going to be a nice aromatic type of feel. Like I said, that Lacoste EDP, the L1212 EDP kind of vibe, hopefully. And YSL, I have not tried Y Le Parfum, the new one, yet. I know Randy was talking about it on his channel, man. And I think I was telling him, like, that's one that I'm scared almost, because I love the original Y Le Parfum. So I was scared to actually see what they're going to do with this reformulation of it that they've done. But I am interested in it, because if it has a nice resinous pine, and Randy might be the one to ask on that one, because if it's a nice resinous pine, then I think it might be the way to go. And I think I may end up picking up a bottle. And I'm going to skip some of the comments. I'm coming back. You said why? You said it smells just like a Y, more Y, EDP intense, but green. The pine isn't noticeable. Oh, that's kind of disappointing. Not really, because the fact that it does still smell like a Y is a good thing. Y, EDP intense, but green. Okay. Yeah, okay. I mean that's actually not that bad. I kind of like Y EDP intense. I kind of do. So that might be okay. That might be okay. Let me go back in the comments here. Let's see. Can't wait to see the vid. Symbols say forbidden to wear. I know that all too well. Yeah. Let me see. I'm skipping through the comments. You know how it goes. All right, Joe. You said I might soon buy Paula's Ibiza by Loewe. I smelled, was it Solo? And I think I'm gonna get that too. Loewe is one of those fragrance houses that people don't talk about, and I guess it's because it's more centered around like outside of the norm, as far as the designers go. Botecerio. They've got Malbec Black, which is a similar scenario. That house actually makes some pretty good fragrances. Malbec Black is like a soft interpretation of Bulgari's Man in Black, but they use wine, and they literally use like the wine in like they age the fragrance in old wine barrels, and you can tell because it smells like old soaked wine, and it's an interesting smell. It's good, but I want to. I think I was telling you this, Joe. I want to start exploring stuff that's different. You know, stuff that's kind of challenging. Like that's why the Terre de Mes, the EDP Intense, kind of shook me because it is different. It is challenging. It is something that's not going to be necessarily mass appealing, but the distinctness and the artistry of it is going to be there to where I can enjoy that fragrance wearing experience myself. And then if I have a consequential act of the people around me enjoying it as well, then I've succeeded. But I'm going to be wearing it for Matcha, for me. Rise of the Israelites, what's on, cuz? What's hell? Is that my cuz right there? What's hell with you? Let me see. What's up to see? Say I might buy whatever. I'm going all through this. The comments is looking weird here, the way I'm pulling them. Let's see. Going through the same tear, wearing Spice Bomb Night Vision EDP for a lazy Saturday. One of my favorites. The Night Vision EDP. And now, Randy, I may actually run into that myself because I love that. I love it. Spice Bomb, the EDP. Man, this is, I feel like it's hard to say that a Spice Bomb is underrated. But I don't hear a lot of people talk about this one very much anymore. But it's got that perfect like blend of having a subtlety, but still being able to be noticed, right? It's not something, it's loud. If you spray more than 2 sprays, people are you can walk in a room and kind of fill it up a little bit. But at the same time, it's not overbearing, you know? This is another one that my wife loves. Oh my gosh, she loves this. She loves this one, man. That's a good choice, actually, Randy. Now I kind of want to wear it. If I want to wear it in Vuzingi, I probably would go ahead and spray a couple of sprays on. Lou Dizzle, what's going on? Lou Dizzle in the building. You know what, Randy? I forgot to say that too. Welcome to Moe's. All right. And Mo, you say funny. My wife kind of likes Oolong Cha. You know what? Most people I know love Oolong Cha. My wife does not. Fragrance G said, love the background, and my wife hates Oolong Cha too, but I love that. That's why I bought Kieran's Sunday Brunch. It's similar, and she loves it. It's more citrus. I actually got a decant of that, I believe, coming. The Kieran Sunday Brunch, because I was watching one of your videos, and you mentioned the Kieran Sunday Brunch. And when I read the note breakdown on that thing, I was like, this might be something I need to get. So I think I did go ahead and get a decant on it. That might be another future decant dive that I do on that one. Oh, by the way, cheers, guys, adult beverages. Nothing wrong with those. All right, let's see. I'm kind of still coming over here to the side because of the way this thing is. All right, let's see. Nucky, I know Nucky. I know who it is. I know it, you cuz. It said Rise of the Israelites. I said, yep, that's my cuz. All right, it says, let's see. It's my third favorite product, the Parfum and Live. Yeah. I'm going through through some of these right now, just kind of trying to get caught up. Baton Rouge in the building, definitely cuz. Let's say Night Vision EDP. I've had that in my cart so many times. Yes. This one to get. It's one to get, man. It took me a while to actually pull the trigger on getting it. But once I got it, I was like, yeah, this is perfect. All right, Nozone, you say, Gator, do you have liquid brewing in the collection? Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. How do I feel about it? It's great. There's another one that I saw start to get a little bit of hype. I want to say Jonathan was talking about it too. I think I'm gonna get it in and see do a comparison on it because I do have a another Clone War. Not really Clone War because I know that's Neeb's thing, but I have another versus that I'm gonna be doing in a little bit here. I did a versus between the bourbon and the liquid broom, but I ended up taking that one down. But I am gonna do one with that one and the new one. I've got a versus coming for let me see the Fierte and the Rifacot. As far as like which one is the better baby cat inspiration. Um, that other one, that one that I think it's Paris Quarter did. I actually got to smell that. That's garbage. I was like, man, no, we can't do this. um, BT favorite clone house, bro. I don't know because I want to say French Avenue, bro. French Avenue might have solidified it with this one. They might have solidified it with this one. Um, because it is really that good. Just from the initial wares that I've gotten so far on it, it seems like it is. Now this one, even though it is its own thing, it's not cloning anything. Um, it's another hit for Paris Corner. I mean, not Paris Corner for French Avenue in that one. Bourbon, Royal Blend Bourbon. Um, I can't wait to post a review on this one. I can't wait because there's a part of me that hates that fragrance, and there's a part of me that absolutely loves that fragrance. If that sounds convoluted, trust me. If you get a chance to put your nose on it, you'll understand what that means. But I'm gonna talk about it in the review. You said, yeah, I want to know how you feel about it. Yeah, Liquid Broom's amazing, man. Liquid Broom is amazing. Liquid Broom is a I don't see the reason to get Altair with Liquid Broom. Having Liquid Broom, you know how I am. I am beginning to become kind of a fragrance snob in the sense that I I think that clones have a place, inspirations have a place, but some DNAs it's just so hard to replicate. Some DNAs it's just you can't really touch the artistry that's in it. That being said, Liquid Broom comes dang close to touching the artistry in Altair, close enough to the point to where if you're smelling them in the air, there is no difference. If you're smelling them on skin after about an hour or so, there is no difference. So it's like, why not? Why spend the $300 on that one? When you got Liquid Broom. Um, Now, if you would have said that about this one, then I would have said you got to get Altair. This is another. I love the bottle though. Those Titan series, Luciano Titan series bottles are amazing. This is the bourbon. This is another one called bourbon. I have like 4 bourbons on the wall right now. Bourbon must be the in vogue, like stylish name because Luciano bourbon. This is Titan series bourbon, and then which is another Altair inspiration and not the best Altair inspiration. It starts out kind of weird. It goes to like this oak barrel type of boozy. And while that could be appealing after a while, it just gets dank. Like you're literally like, ugh. Bro, I was like, nah, I can't do it. But I have that. I have Latafa bourbon, Assad bourbon. Whoop, 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 whoop. Gotta take my face out the way. There we go. Assad bourbon. Um, French Avenue bourbon. Um, I think I got another bourbon up here somewhere. There's something else up here on this wall that's called bourbon. I know that. But look, I'm literally coming back around looking. Either that or it's in the drawers over there. Because I got to put that new shelf up. So there's still a lot of fragrances that I still have to put up on the wall. But that seems to be the in vogue name right now. Everything's a bourbon. Who knew? You know? Bourbons are good. I like tequilas. All right. Yeah, so Lou Dizzle, you were talking to No Zone about him waking up this early. Yes, he be up, and I appreciate it, man. I definitely appreciate him tuning in, man, in Holland. I told him I was telling my wife about that because we've been talking about going over there to catch some tulips, to get into it. So yeah, and let's see. Mo, you said agreed. Clones have a place for discontinued frags or stuff that's pricey you don't love enough to buy but still like enough to own. You know what is the perfect example of that? Well, Art of Universe. I got a review coming on this one too. I actually did record it already. Art of Universe, that Blue Talisman clone. Blue Talisman is a fragrance that everybody was hyping that thing up when it first dropped. I was not the biggest fan of Blue Talisman at all. Um, for me, it was a balance of what I was smelling versus price point. And I just couldn't wrap my brain around me paying that much for a fragrance DNA that was a like for me and not a love. But then you drop this, and to me, and I say this on the review, to me, this is brutish. It is not the classy, delicate blend that Blue Talisman is. The way I see this compared to what Blue Talisman is, I've made this example before. Blue Talisman is spaghetti at a fancy Italian restaurant. You go in and they're making all the ingredients from scratch and they're, preparing these quality meats and ingredients and things. And this 5-star Michelin chef is crafting it up and it comes out and it's delectable. You could taste the fine ingredients that are in it. Blue Art of Universe is your mama's spaghetti. It's that stuff that the ground meat might be a little bit overcooked, and it's a little bit too much tomato in there, but it's hearty. It's got the feel of home. It's got this brutish nature to it that make it more palatable for just like everyday use, if that makes sense. It don't feel high class. It just feel like something that you check in with at the Olive Garden spaghetti or your mom's spaghetti. Like I said, it's just different in that aspect. It's good. I like it, and for the price point, $30 something for right at 40, it's my better thought of that DNA. I kind of like that a lot. Blue Talisman is good, and I like Blue Talisman. I like how they function with the pair. It's just the price point. That's the part that kills me about Blue Talisman. Let's see. No Zone, sound 50-50 gator. If a clone is better or at the same level, I don't buy the original. I only buy the original frag. If it's my favorite, and I don't see a reason to buy more than 200 plus. Yeah. Yes. Because trust me, if I wasn't a collector and didn't do reviews and do all that kind of stuff, I probably wouldn't either. But one of the things that I will say is that if you are, I'm more into the nuance of the art now than I used to be back in the day. Now I am literally going in, like I was doing the review. I was working on a review for that Crimson, the Centaurus clone, and during the review, I found myself listening to myself, and I was like, I've become a fragrance now. because I'm literally breaking down why, the differences in the way that the amber presents, the way that the tobacco comes across is more wet in the crimson than it does in the centaurus, and how that adds to the way that the amber plays, and how the amber, the cheaper amber, kind of comes across as, it was just weird to hear myself doing that. But I do appreciate the artistry now of a lot of those niche and designer frags, to where some of the clones don't, not this is, I hate speaking in generalities, because it doesn't apply to all clones, but a lot of clones of the, especially more the niche stuff, they're not quite there, you know. That being said, I just showed Liquid Broom, which is there for me, So it's a case by case basis for all of them, you know. So I can't like stand on one side of the fence, and I don't think anybody should. I think one of the issues that we have now when they're talking about this clone debate is that everybody is steadfast to jump on one side of the fence. And it's a more nuanced conversation than that. You don't have to take a stand and die on that hill. You can have clones and you can have niche. Whichever one floats your boat the best, you know? Like for example, what was it? Um the Carlisle. No, better example, Lafayette Street, bond number 9. As much as I love Wildcard and as close as it is to the original Lafayette Street DNA, once he goes into that hour and a half to 2 hour part of the dry down, that 1.5 hours where you get the apple and the florals and the way that they envelop you at the beginning, man, and with the little sweet, crisp nuances in the background, I pay the extra amount for that experience for myself. So to me, I still go with the Lafayette Street, the bond number 9. That being said, that still gets a lot of play. The what you call it? The wild card still gets a lot of play, and it's still good. This is a great, fresh jump off fragrance, though. I like that a lot. Let me see what we got here. He said, "What do you think about the Middle Eastern fragrances? Half of the stuff on the wall is the Middle Easterns, cuz most of this stuff is Middle Easterns. Latafas, well, a lot of them. Let me not say most, because now that I'm looking at it, no, it's not most. It's not even. I don't even think technically half. But your Latafas, your I think Paris Corner technically is in the Middle Eastern, but a lot of times people will group them in that way. Afnans and Armoffs and stuff like that. A lot of them still lean that way as far as like Middle Eastern frags go. As far as being labeled as Middle Easterns, and I like them. They make some of the stronger variations of these DNAs, man. All right, let's see. For example, I don't see a reason to pay $400 for LV fragrance that probably wouldn't have been popular if Prada, for example, made that fragrance. I agree with you on the LV fragrances. I definitely do. Mo said the clone market is just too oversaturated. With that said, I'll definitely be looking for a good dupe of Talisman. Great, but it ain't a love at that price. Yeah. You see, I own Art of Universe and Vintage Radio, and both are nice but smell syrupy sweet. Randy, yes. Yes. So I like Vintage Radio more than I like Art of Universe. While my wife likes Art of Universe a lot, she loves Vintage Radio. And I think the reason why is because the Vintage Radio, while it is a little bit sweeter, it's not like brutishly sweet like the comparison with Blue Talisman and Art of Universe. That being said, I like Art of Universe, I like what it does, but that's because of the price point. But if I had to pick one out of the two, it'd definitely be Vintage Radio. That being said, Initio Paragon is still Initio Paragon. And this gets close, but it's not quite Paragon. And for the reason you said, Randy, because they're just both of them are a little bit too sweet. So with that, with the point I'm at in my frag journey, nearly a close. So I hope I'm super picky in the redundancy police now. Yeah. So one of the things that I've been looking at is trying to make sure I don't do redundancy as much. The problem with the redundancy issue, though, is that in the frag game in general right now, there's a lot of redundancy going on. If you pick out like the last 3 or 4 big releases. And what I mean by that is if you look at like the Scandal, Absolute, compared to some of the JPG, compared to, I mean, some JPG, like the Lamals and, some of the other ones, you're kind of seeing a similar type of vibe going on right now where they've got um that nutty sweetness going down in the dry down, and a lot of them are using that weird vanilla base in there, tobacco blend in there. It's kind of like the whole industry is kind of moving towards those more long lasting bass notes right now, to where it's like all of them are starting to kind of smell the same in the dry down. So you've got a little bit of variation at the top, and then in the dry down, it kind of starts to smell the same. That part is the part that's kind of like, it makes me go and venture to find some stuff that don't smell the same in the dry down. Unfortunately, it seems like a lot of that stuff is doing that. That's why I'm excited to see what Blue de Chanel does with the exclusive, because I'm pretty sure that one's going to break that mold. Yeah. He said, how close is Art of Universe to the OG? And Randy was like, No Zone to me is only inspired. It's not a close clone. It is not. It's definitely not, Randy, in No Zone. The way that I described it just now, as far as like the Blue Talisman being a fine spaghetti, and for my Louisiana folks, the better way to describe it is like a gumbo, right? So you could go to Emerald's, or go to Landry's or somewhere like that. You get a gumbo from there, and it's made with love. It's fine. It's they use some great ingredients and everything. They usually use a filet instead of the okra. Like gumbo is supposed to be made with okra, but a lot of people don't like okra. But anyway, so they make it with the filet, so it's fine. It's very a finely tuned gumbo. But then you go in the hood where they might throw all kinds of sausage and any meat they can find in there, and then they throw in okra to make sure that it thickens up and all that. So it's a more hearty type of thing. It is not high quality, but it sticks to your bones. That's kind of what it is. That's kind of what it is. That being said, fine dining is not necessarily a bad thing, but for the price point, yeah, I can dig having a similar DNA. Is it that close to the OG though? Not really. Like I said, to me, it's like a brutish form of Blue Talisman. It's kind of brutish. It's not like when you spray it on, it's a braid. It hits you like bam. You got pear, you got a citrus blend, and I'm gonna make sure you know. And Blue Talisman is more delicate, and it comes across just finely crafted. So yeah, get to tell the guy, Rise of the Israel's Free Palestine. Oh no, don't start the BS. Don't start it. Don't start it, man. Not with cuz, bro. Not with cuz. Let's see. Jose said, thank you, Fragrance dude. He said, agreed. I picked Vintage Radio as it's closer to the original than Art of Universe is, but neither are exactly expected due to the price. Yeah. 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 So French Avenue has Paradigm, which is a new inspiration of the Initio Paragon. The issue that I have with Paradigm so far is actually I had Paradigm, and that's one of those that I had a decant of it, I should say. And that's one of those that I said I was gonna go ahead and get the full bottle in. It's just a matter of time. But the issue that I have with Paradigm is it comes across fizzy. And Initio's Paragon isn't fizzy. So it's definitely a more inspired by take on that DNA. Um, I just want them to have something that's going to get really, really close to the actual Paragon. But again, that's why they're clones. Let's see. You say I'm the same way. No zone. Are those North? You say here are those North Stag Ferguses up there? Yes, definitely North Stag. Well, sorry, North Stag deux, trois, and quatre. I don't have because that's a Tigar clone and F Tigar. If y'all have been on the channel, y'all know why I don't like Tigar. But if y'all are not, let me tell you why Tigar is not my speed. I heard so much hype about Tigar, right? So I was like, okay, I gotta put my nose on Tigar. This is the thing. I even smelled Tarathi Blue and it's like, oh, okay. So Tigar's gotta be so much better. So I finally got a chance, to wear Tigar, found it in a store and sprayed it on. And I was like, oh man, sprayed it on. And I was like, this is it. This is it. And it just was it had been hyped up so much for me, and then to wear it and be like, this wearing experience is mid, like it's like, okay, cool, I'm wearing something nice, but it wasn't like spectacular to me. It wasn't like Tarathi Blue. I enjoyed the wearing experience on that one more than I did with Tigar. And I was like, you know what, F Tigar, man. So I just, when it came time to get the inspiration, I was like, no, I'm not doing it. F Tigar. The closest I'm gonna get to Tigar right now, in the collection, and I say that, but I think I do have another one over there that's actually a really close interpretation of that DNA. But Pisa, bringing up Pisa again, same style of fragrance as far as like with the ginger and citrus blend. It's really good. All right, let's see. Going down. Mo, redundancies everywhere. I agree. You can't escape it, but some stuff is just so very similar. I'm done with those. Help save money. Yes. Fragrance dude said, Mo, unless you're India or Dolce and Gabbana. Mo is like okra. Yeah. Mo said, you said, Mo, yeah, I agree. Keep politics and social subjects out, but Lebanese over here, hola, hola. Yeah, I try to keep politics out a lot of the time because what I found is that the easiest way to divide people is along political lines. And, you know, I like to be as neutral on some of that stuff as I can in this environment, at least. I like to be as neutral as I can, for that. Now, outside of this, it could be, whatever. But in this environment, usually stays as neutral as it possibly can. And that's so we keep the positivity going. Like my guy Dedrick says, positivity, positive vibes only. All right, let's see. Tarathi Blue is a Tiger killer for me. Vibrato, though, is fire. I see that. Yeah, vibrato is fire. Let me peek my head out the window over the door. I see my wife was walking by. Say hi to everyone, wife.
Hi.
So I know it's gonna be time for me to jump off of here right now because I know she's about ready to eat, and I know I'm gonna be ready to eat in the same. We eating late at night too. It's like what time? 12:06. Got to get caught up on the Daredevil episode too. So yeah, we're gonna be checking out of here, man. But man, it was a pleasure having all of y'all in the building, man. I can't wait to see y'all on. I think the DCAT dive is gonna be either on Tuesday or Wednesday, and I'm gonna be kind of gauging it by because I'll be watching Randy's lives and Ross's lives and Dedrick's lives, and I try to integrate it in there somewhere, and Charm's lives actually too, and I try to integrate it in there somewhere to where it doesn't bump heads with any of those lives. So Driz, what's going on, man? Yeah, you just came in just a little bit late, but it's all good, man. It is all good. You hit the replay. We wasn't talking about nothing. We just cutting it up, chatting it up. You know how we do. But anyway, guys, I am out of here. Joel, Sensei. I will see you guys later. What time is the travels? Love your content, OGU, and the missus be blessed. Yes, man, I appreciate that. We take every blessing we can get. Definitely, man. Definitely. But yeah, man, before y'all leave out, man, hit the like button, man. And also do me a favor, share it. Hit the share button and just share it to somebody random on your timeline. I might have random people coming on my comments like, what are you doing? I'm a knitter. I don't get into fragrances. That actually happened. That's a true story. But anyway, guys, holla at y'all later. Peace out. Oh, and whatever you do, whatever you're doing, make sure you make today the best day ever, or tomorrow the best day ever, on purpose. Later.